One of my favorite coins out there is Cardano. And one of the questions I see all the time is, when will Cardano finally go crazy again? And I've seen many price predictions. Take a look at this article. This Cardano price prediction against Bitcoin will stun the ADA community, where a very well-known crypto analyst said, after spending the summer in the 800 to 1200 Satoshi range, again, versus Bitcoin. Right now, ADA versus Bitcoin is likely to drop to 400 Satoshi in the coming months. And that's negative. Let me tell you, I do not agree. Matter of fact, I'm actually very much against what he said here. But let me explain to you one very crucial thing. Crypto prices going down are actually not a bad thing. I want you guys to really carefully understand that. If you've got a crypto that you thoroughly like or think will do well, like for example how we expect Cardano over longer periods of time to do exceedingly well, prices coming down are actually a very good thing, because that way you can accumulate more for less. I've said before how I think that the main strategy to make money in crypto, make tens of millions of dollars, no, but really make crazy money in crypto, is to invest over time. I mean, if you just put a lump sum in one day, it's basically like the luck of the draw if you bought at a good or bad price. But if you buy over time and you consecutively buy, generally speaking, you'll be well off. For example, this right here says investing $100 a week into ADA in 2023, so only this year, would be worth this today. Well, taking a little bit of a look, over time here, we would have basically invested $3,800 because we would have basically bought 9,151 ADA at an average price of about 34 cents. And right now, the value of that would be 2,305 because the price right now is about 25 cents. And you might look at this. By the way, that price changes a lot. Let's quickly see what the current price is at. Yeah, about 25 cents. This one says our portfolio will be about 2,900, but let's just say you would have lost a significant sum of money for right now. But theoretically speaking, if we would have only bought once, we might have actually gotten even more unlucky with an even bigger loss right now. But it's not about our value right now, because, well, had we been buying for a couple of weeks extra, we most likely would already be in massive amounts of profits. It's about the idea that instead of a set high or set price per ADA, we right now are basically averaging our Cardano price down to, well, I guess the current value, hopefully lower, but you understand the idea, so that when the next rush comes, the next big run up comes, we're going to reap those benefits. And again, you might look at this and think, well, but Dusty, basically if I'd bought every week, I'd be doing bad, so why would I do that? You also have got to understand, and if you go to DeFi Llama, over on the left here, you can press chains. Once you've pressed change, if it works, you then press non-EVM chains, because again, Cardano is a non-EVM chain. You press Cardano, and on here, you can basically see DeFi and how it's been working for Cardano. Now, you might look at this chart over on the top right and take a look and say, well, the total value locked to Cardano has done pretty well since the start of 2023, but is actually coming back down. And I would not be fully against that. Here you go, you can see it fully now. The problem is, though, that's because the price per ADA is going down. So the total value locked in dollars is now becoming less. But if you really start looking at it in terms of ADA, and that's actually the crucial part about it all, you can see just how well things are actually performing. But prices are going down. And again, that's why I'm telling you, the key here is think about how much Cardano you are buying, and think about that over prolonged periods of time, and think about how that would look in the next bull market, in a proper market, which is again why a market like this, so where prices come back down even harder right now, if you continuously buy, your average price goes down lower and lower and lower, so that on that run back upwards, you're actually getting yourself such a juicy good deal. Because anyway, you've got to know what you're buying it for. I've said this many times on the channel. And by the way, before we move on, let me tell you two things. One, if you've not pressed that like button yet, make sure you go ahead and press it right now. At the end of the day, we're all in this together, and I really appreciate all your support. If you didn't subscribe, you don't need to do anything else. Just make sure you press that like button. It helps out a ton. And second of all, if you want to be in a community with like-minded people, join the Discord down below. I'm doing monthly giveaways, monthly cool things, but also I really have a journey to and it's something crazy you might say, but I want to make 1 million millionaires. And I think over time it will be possible through various cool things we are creating. But you guys that are watching me right now are basically the start of my experiment, you can call it. And I really think I can do it. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I try to just give you guys all the information that I can find that I've got to hopefully help you on your journey. But to basically get all the information in a better way, it's very handy if you're in a group together so that we can easily speak and see other like-minded people. So join the Discord, links down below. I don't think you'll regret it. But having said that, you have to understand what you're buying into. And with Cardano, 𝗂𝗓𝗃 points out this is Cardano in 2023. And he basically goes over so many of these brands, so many of these movements that Cardano is building or being part of, providing rent-to-own finance for affordable houses in Africa, 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗀's mission to provide rent-to-own financing for 1 million affordable homes in Africa by 2030. It really goes on. The list is actually pretty severe, and it's that Cardano is not doing everything that's straight on to the money, but it's changing the world in a positive way. And again, I personally believe, call this like a egocentric type of point of view, but I personally believe, even though they're not following the money right now, right? That's Cardano's whole master brain technology. Focus on emerging areas to make more money over longer periods of time. You might look at this and think Cardano is just doing this to help all these guys out there. I think too, all right? I think they've got some pretty good idea with, being honorable and helping out all the ones that need the most. But also from a business perspective, right now it's pretty garbage. Helping all the people with no money is not the smartest business move straight at the bat. But longer term, we know Africa is being pretty freaking adoptive of crypto. And we know that as tech emerges more and more and more over in these areas where Cardano is doing a lot in right now, they're going to get such a massive boost, which can happen for the next couple of years. So they're investing into something for a longer period of time, but it's smart. And that's Cardano's whole vision. Do things the right way. Even though it takes longer, do them efficiently, do them well, and exceed to the highest freaking degree, or excel, I should call it. Anyway, like you can see, they've got so many freaking projects under their belt that are game changing. Not every single one of these per se is the next big thing, but Cardano's just a whole lot bigger. I don't even want to show you guys everything. Just a whole lot bigger than meets the eye. Even from the perspective that I'd say they're still pretty small. Over in the DeFi space, I just showed you guys the numbers are starting to climb, mostly in ADA, not necessarily in US dollars, but it's still nothing in comparison to so many other chains. But that's because they've only entered the game pretty recently here. And realistically, if you start looking at what they've got coming, the roadmap is what you're into Cardano for, right? What they're planning to achieve is the bigger part as to why you're in it for. The journey that Cardano has got coming for itself is it's crazy, guys. And again, that's what's making me so excited to hold this coin, buy more, and I don't even care about price predictions, even though my own personal prediction is that Cardano is going to break the freaking scale eventually. But again, you have to understand, these guys are slow. They are, it's the truth. But they do things well. And so they've planned all these phases out from like years ago. And slowly but surely, they're creeping up. And you know what the most beautiful part about it all is? They're doing so much in this bear market, so much building. They've not gotten any crazy announcements out in a while, but I do believe that in the back end, they're working on some crazy things that they're just not sharing with us because the market is not right. I've said this before. Many projects do it like that. They build some crazy stuff. Like with 𝗕𝗏𝗃 projects, they build a completely new game. They build a completely new ecosystem, metaverse, whatever. But they will only release it to you. They will only let you know. They'll only update you and hype you up the moment that the market is ready for it. Because these guys, for example, the guys at Cardano, the project founders, these are not stupid people, right? If you can build a protocol like this, a platform like this, you can most likely also know when the best time to release certain pieces of information are. And I think Cardano has been live for a good while, at least long enough to have got some crazy partnerships signed for some massive adoption and some massive new things built on there that will only come to fruition, or at least only be announced to us, even though they're already working on it in the background, once the market sets for it, which I think is another aid in the massive bull market, which again is around the corner. But hey, just wanted to quickly inform you guys on my thoughts about Cardano. I'm still extremely bullish. I know that DeFi is ramping up on Cardano slowly but surely. It's a grind. I know it's a grind, but can you really blame them when the market is down so much? Most protocols are facing some sorts of issues right now, and some just decide to invest more into marketing than others. But I think the way they're doing it right now is perfect. Keep building in silence, but the moment that the interest shows, go absolutely crazy. Again, guys, it's not a small project by any means. Cardano still right now as we speak is number 8 in the rankings, but I do believe they can easily beat Dogecoin and USDC if some bullish narrative switches over, and that's what I'm looking out for. But hey, those were just my thoughts. If you're asking me about my Cardano prediction, you're at the wrong place, all right? Hopefully you guys all know by now, I am extremely bullish on Cardano. Their all-time high is about $3.10, and I personally believe if they don't quadruple their all-time high the next run up, so at least like $12, something along those lines, I'm going to be pissed, all right? Because I personally can't stand the idea that this one is not going to at least 4x in the next big run, but I'm just putting that out there. I think that's easily going to be achievable, which is some crazy multipliers from the 25-cent price tag that we're seeing right now. And most likely it's not too far away. But hey, now financial advice, just my thoughts. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you press the like button. Adios amigos. See you guys in another one. And let me know down below if you're also still holding ADA.